Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. This is the Viking Central podcast. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give us a rating, review us on there. That'd mean the world to us. If you are watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that bell for notifications. That'd be awesome. All right, guys, we got our first draft profile coming your way today. Obviously, today it's Thursday, so it'll be wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends performing at the combine today. But I am going to be focusing on one of my favorite prospects in the entire draft. If you follow me on Twitter, you know this guy is my boy, Ahmad Gardner, cornerback out of Cincinnati. 6'3", very lengthy, has incredible stride running down the field, good speed. I expect him to run in the 440s probably, around that 4.43 area is what I'm hoping for. If he runs any better than that, if he runs a sub 4.4, he's going to skyrocket up draft boards and obviously out of the Vikings range as we're picking number 12, especially with Derek Stingley Jr. Not performing at the combine, just had surgery. So Ahmad Gardner, he could be the number one corner in this draft. Now, he might have been anyways. He's got great potential, just a very talented player with all the tools to be a lockdown corner in this league. The guy is very competitive. He's everything you want in that shutdown, that number one corner, competitive guy who will get up in your face, has plenty of swagger. He's very aggressive, good hand usage. Sometimes he does get a little bit grabby, which causes some penalties. He's had some issues with penalties in the past, holding calls, pass interferences. So, just something you got to clean up. And I think this coaching staff can do it, clean up those penalties that he has had. It's something you definitely can work on and, definitely get better at. So it's not like it's something that, attitude-wise or something that, maybe that can't be fixed. I think it is something that can be an easy fix if we get down to it. Something he also needs to work on is tackling. He does have kind of a, what do you want to call it, a skinnier build, so he needs to be a little bit more aggressive in his tackling. Better job wrapping up. So he definitely has things to improve on. But like I said, he's got great length. He does need to add some bulk. He's very competitive. His recognition, recognizing what the wide receiver is going to do, recognizing the play before the ball is even snapped, is a very high level. I think he's very smart in that area, so that's very, very good thing to have with a cornerback. But like I said before, he's got the swagger, he's got the competitiveness, he's got everything you want in that number one corner. I do see some, Xavier Rhodes traits actually. Xavier Rhodes is that lengthy corner who has had trouble in the past with penalties, especially early on in his career. But once he was in his prime, once he got those things cleaned up, he was one of the best corners in the league there for a 2-3 year stretch. And I think Sauce Gardner has that same mentality, that same potential to do that as well. And this is a guy that I can see the Vikings definitely taking at pick 12. They need a lot of help in the secondary. They got Cameron Dancer, who's been up and down. I think with the new coaching staff, I think Cameron Dancer has a chance to finally be more consistent, finally be that probably number 2 guy, maybe number 3 guy in the rotation, depending on what we do in free agency, if Patrick Peterson's going to come back. We've had interest in Bryce Callahan, Kyle Fuller, kind of connecting the dots there with Ed Donatel, guys that he's worked with in the past. So I think definitely quarterback is a spot. Is it going to be Ahmad Gardner? Is it going to be Derek Stingley Jr.? Durante Jones is a guy that we just took as our DB coach, and he worked at LSU as a defense coordinator last year. So Stingley Jr. and our new DBs coach, they definitely have a connection there. So is that something that's going to be in play come draft time? But Sauce Gardner is my number one guy. I'm really looking forward to watching him perform in the combine. The 40-yard dash and some cone drills. How fluid are his hips? I think his hips could be a little bit more fluid, making good transitions. and out of his back pedal, taking the stride downfield on man-to-man coverage. I think he has the speed to keep up with the top tier wide receivers. It does help that he has a very long stride, so he doesn't have to be the fastest guy. He doesn't have to have the fastest top end speed, but he has those long strides to make up for it. And his pursuit is there as well. Ball hawk skills are there. He had 2 pick sixes in his career. I think he had 3 interceptions in the 2021 season. So he's got the hands. He's got the ball hawking ability to create turnovers. So this is my number 1 guy for the Vikings in this draft. If he's there at number 12 and they pass on him, I have a hard time, seeing why they would do that, because I think he'd fit in this defense tremendously. I know they are looking at edge rushers probably at that same spot, so depending on who's there at edge rusher and how high are they on Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is probably the only guy that you take at number 12 if he is there quarterback-wise. So how high are you on Malik Willis? What edge rushers are there, pass rushers are there at number 12? And if Ahmad Gardner is there at number 12, I think you take him. But like I said, guys, I think this guy is an absolute stud. And he might struggle a little bit in his rookie year, but I think he'll come into his own year 2, year 3, and be one of the top 10, 15 corners in the league in the near future. He's got all the tools to do that. Again, Ahmad Gardner, I think he's there for the taking at 12. You take him. But obviously, if he has a good combine and he impresses a lot of teams, he could go top 10. All right, guys, that is our first draft profile here for the 2022 draft season. It's Ahmad Gardner, Cincinnati cornerback, a guy that I definitely like the Vikings to take a swing on if he is there and if he performs well and he interviews well. I think that's a guy that the Vikings could definitely use in the defense in 2022. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you in the next one.